Okay, jumping right into things, the first thing I like to do before putting on any makeup is wash my face, and I've been using my Vanity Planet Spin for Perfect Skin face brush. It's awesome because you can switch out the brush heads and use this little exfoliator brush, so I have a 70% off coupon that I'll leave down below if you guys are interested. So now that my face is all washed, I'm going to move on to the makeup. The first thing I'm using is a hydrating base. This is just going to moisturize my skin because this makeup is going to be on my face for a long time. Then I'm mixing a primer and a liquid bronzer together to give myself a nice bronzy glow underneath my makeup. For foundation, I'm using my Nars foundation, and I'm just dotting this all over my face, mostly towards the center of the face, and blending it using my Real Techniques buffing brush. For concealer, I'm using my favorite of all time, Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This stuff is the best. If you're looking for concealer, use it. But I'm blending this out using my damp beauty blender, and basically I just put this stuff everywhere. I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to sort of set the oily areas of my face, and then I'm using my beauty blender to blend all of the powder out. Moving on to contouring and highlighting, which is my favorite part of makeup, I'm using my Smashbox contour crayons to sculpt out my face. I put this on my cheekbones, the sides of my forehead, and also the sides of my nose. And then I'm using this buffing brush that I got from Shein. I actually got them for a pack of 5, and they were less than $10, super inexpensive. So if you guys are looking for some good brushes, go check out Shein. I also got those clear acrylic makeup organizers from Shein that you saw at the beginning of this video, so I will leave the links to everything down below. So I'm also using the highlight crayon stick of the Smashbox trio, and for this I'm just using my finger because I thought it worked better. Now that I have all of my cream products down, I'm going to be setting them using powder. So I'm using the Kevyn Aqua sculpting powder in the shade medium, which is my all-time favorite product of life. And I'm using this other Shein brush, and this one kind of resembles the Real Techniques Bold Metals collection, but it's really great. So I'm also using the Benefit Hoola bronzer just to warm up my face. I'm just dusting this all over using this Luxie stippling brush. Here I'm using more of that Laura Mercier setting powder on a beauty blender, and I'm using this to define my contour, putting this on the sides of my nose and underneath my cheek contour. And then while that bakes or sets or whatever, I'm using Too Faced Baby Love as my blush. And then I'm using this huge Luxie fluffy brush to blend away all of that powder. I'm using a setting spray to intensify my highlight, which by the way I'm using Champagne Pop, of course. I gotta represent YouTube, Jaclyn Hill all the way. And then I'm also putting this on the center of my nose and my cupid's bow. For brows, I'm using my trusty Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony, and I'm also using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel on top to set my brows. Because I'm doing a pretty dramatic look and I want to make sure that it stays all night, I'm using Too Faced Shadow Insurance to prime my eyes. I'm using this Marc Jacobs Gel Eyeliner Crayon. It's the free Sephora birthday present, but I'm just smudging this all over my lids as a base. It doesn't matter if it's messy, and then I'm going to blend it out using Hoola. On top of that, I'm going to deepen the crease using this Makeup Forever eyeshadow. It's sort of like this deep brown terracotta color, and then I'm using any black eyeshadow to blend it out more and add more darkness to it. Again, I'm building up that dark brown Makeup Forever shade and dragging this along the bottom line as well. I'm using this Pur Eye Polish in the center of my lids. It's really awesome and pigmented, and then I'm using the other shade in the eyeshadow duo to set that. I'm also using Colourpop on the Rocks to intensify that glittery center lids, and then I'm using the black eyeshadow again to deepen up the crease. And then at the end, I'm just using a clean blending brush and then highlighting the inner corner of my lids. Now I'm lining my waterline using the Makeup Forever Aqua XL, and then using the liquid liner to do a little wing. For mascara, I'm using the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash, which is my favorite mascara at the moment. This stuff is amazing. And then I'm just going to pop on some lashes. For my lips, I found the perfect nude brownish lip combo. I'm using MAC Oak Liner, Charlotte Tilbury Nude Kate lipstick, and then on top I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline, and this is like the perfect lip combo, especially for a dramatic look. It just pulls it all together without distracting too much. My makeup is all complete, so now moving on to hair. I'm using my Hot Tools 1 1/4 curling iron, and I'm taking pretty large vertical sections. Make sure they're vertical sections, and I'm curling them away from my face. I split my hair into 2 sections, so now I'm just going to do the top part. And for the pieces that frame my face, I'm sort of going towards the back of my head rather than towards the side of my head. But yeah, this is a pretty simple look. These curls are really easy to do. And then I'm just sort of messing it up using hairspray and flipping it around everywhere just to give it a messier vibe. So now the look is complete. All that's left to do is put on my dress. So my dress is from MakeMeChic.com. I am obsessed with it, and it's pretty inexpensive too, so I'll leave it in the description box below. It has this gorgeous lace-up side detailing, and it's like an emerald green color, as you can see. My clutch is from B2, and my shoes are from Stuart Weitzman. They're just the regular nudist heels. And that's it. That was my completed prom look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's also the last video in my prom series, so if you enjoyed the series, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more down below. Also, let me know how your prom went. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys!